Hi everyone, Emily Leduc here with Leduc Marketing. I'm an email marketing consultant and freelancer with over 5 years of experience in email marketing, and I release weekly videos with different topics related to email marketing. So today we will be talking about testing best practices for email marketing. And before we get too far, let's first talk about why you should be conducting tests in your email marketing, as well as a few ideas on what you can test. So in general, testing will help you understand which campaign is going to perform better. It also ensures that you're continuously optimizing, and it can help you identify the common trends and preferences amongst your audience. So there are honestly so many different things that you can test within email. A few ideas is that you could test different subject lines and snippets or pre-headers to learn a little bit more about what's most enticing for your recipients to open an email. To improve click rates, you could test your hero image, try out different headlines, maybe the amount of copy in your email, or changing your call to action button color. Those are all different things that you can see, what is going to be most enticing for someone to click. And then, as I mentioned, there's so many different things that you can actually test within the email, but determining what to test leads me into the testing best practices that we'll cover today. So the first one here is define your goal. Once you define what it is that you're trying to achieve, you can then determine what exactly you will test in your email to help you achieve your goal. So again, if your goal is to increase click rates, then maybe you'll want to test out different copy in your call to action button to see which is going to have that higher click rate. The second item here is determine your sample size and what you need to reach statistical significance. So what do your results need to be for you to say that it's worth it to scale your test? To do this, you need to determine how large your sample size should be and how long you need to run the test for you to determine the winner based off of statistical significance. So someone in your analytics team or a third-party statistical significance calculator can help you determine these. I'm pretty sure HubSpot has its own statistical significance calculator. Definitely do your research prior to using one just to make sure that the information you're getting from them is accurate. So just want to call that out. But the third best practice is to isolate your test variables. So this just means test one thing at a time. If you start changing all of these different things, you won't know what change you made impacted your results. So, for example, if you changed your hero image, you also shortened the body copy, and you changed the color of your CTA, you won't know what change resulted in that higher email engagement. So really just isolate your test variables. Test one thing at a time is really a best practice. And then the fourth one here is have a control version and a test version. So if you are measuring against year-over-year results, your results will be skewed because there could be so many different factors that affected your results a year ago. Maybe a pandemic, who knows? But that's where you have some challenging when you're comparing year over year. It's good to look at, but when you're doing a true test, have that control, have that test version, and then that way you can really understand, what your results are and have it more apples to apples comparison. So, honestly, there are many different best practices when testing in your email marketing, but these four are for sure key things that you should be thinking about when you want to conduct a test. So that way your results are measurable and impactful. And just to recap what we covered. So the four best practices we discussed were 1, define your goal, 2, determine your sample size and what you need to reach statistical significance, 3, isolate your test variables. And then 4, have a control version and a test version. So thank you all for joining me today. I really appreciate your time. Please reach out if you have questions. As I mentioned, I do release videos weekly. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel as well as my email list where you can get all of this information and stay up to date. Next week, I will be discussing how to create an email that aligns with your brand. If you do want any assistance with your email marketing strategy, please contact me directly, and feel free to check out my website and connect with me on LinkedIn where you can learn a little bit more about my background and services. All links are listed below, so you should have everything there. Again, reach out if you have questions, and I'll see you next week. Thanks.